So, who in here owns a business? Wow, excellent. Okay, so who of you who raised your hands as business owners came here thinking that you'd quite like to tap into some of the grants and funds and lending programs that are available to you? Fantastic, this is good. This is good because this is all about ambitious businesses who need to grow. And whether you use a bank, crowdfunding, some other equity organisation, or indeed you use an organisation like one of these to help coach you and take you on that journey, it's really, really important that you have that progressive state of mind. Now, not every business is actually able to have a progressive state of mind, but if you have your big idea, then you know that it's satisfied by two things: customer need and your own business capabilities. That's where true value has been created in your organisation. Progressive businesses know that, and actually where they're creating value now, where you as an organisation sell your good or service, may not be where you'd sell it in the future. And you might have had that light bulb moment, riding a bike, mowing the lawn, swimming, where you think, do you know what, that's the direction we need to take our business. But actually to do that, I need to take people along on that journey. So how do I get my big idea out to the rest of the organisation? It could be your partners, it could be an extended enterprise in which you work, and it could indeed involve organisations such as a panel over here. The conventional way is obviously go straight to your business plan. You've got your light bulb, let's build a big stack of paper, somewhere in amongst all that is my big idea. Now I'm going to tell you you need to get to a business plan because these organisations would expect you to have a business plan, but they will help you get there. And I'm saying to you today, there's a journey to go on and there's an intermediate step. And that is the step that includes a plan for your business. And to simplify that, that's what your business canvas is for. It's, to all intents and purposes, a pitch sheet. Now that sheet is compartmentalised into all the areas of your business plan. They're your headings. But in actual fact, it fits on a single sheet of A3 paper. So when you're sitting in a meeting with your partners, or indeed one of these great people, to say, I've got this great idea, and this is what it is, you can systematically go through each and every single one of those segments and talk in a degree of detail with a level of understanding that you've considered everything in your business. Now what will go into that is a series of chapters, and you may draw on other people within your organisation. It could be your ops manager, your ops director, it could be your financial director, it could be external consultants who can help flesh out the detail of that. But ultimately it's leading towards one thing: the great idea of creating value for your organisation. So, as a project manager that I am, I'm going to go through this particular canvas, and I'm going to use an organisation called Bicester Vision, in which I'm working with at the minute. Okay? So I'll talk you through the pitch, if you like, for Bicester Vision using this. So Bicester Vision, their value proposition is supporting the growth plans of organisations, small and medium-sized enterprises. They are identifying ways in which Bicester as a town is a great place to work, and they're also engaging with three tiers in the organisation, of the government organisations, that's county, district and town. Where they bring value is actually being able to be a brinksman and bring those organisations together and talk about the big issues that are affecting the town, and therefore as a result of that they can attract jobs, because ultimately that's what Bicester Vision are trying to do. That's the value they create. Now they've set themselves a task of creating a job at a rate of 1 per household that's been created. And there's a significant programme of growth going on, which actually will require a lot of inward investment. Okay? So the client segments currently, SMEs in Bicester, that's who Bicester Vision is serving. These are organisations that are already there. They tend to be technology, engineering, eco-organisation and logistics and distribution, and that's by virtue of two things. There's a great growth plan in North West Bicester that's all about eco-innovation, and also by virtue of its location, close to several large motorways, it's a great distribution hub. So for that reason it's attracting large business, large investment. We need more than that. We need to find more SMEs and we need to attract them into the organisation. If we can do that, if we can attract those SMEs, then we have an opportunity to create growth. In terms of how we relate our customer engagement model, it's all about the personal service. It's the one-to-many scenario. It's people like me talking to people like you in lots of different networks and lots of different places to draw attention to it and create opportunity. Now for you in your business, consider how you engage with your clients. Is it through a self-service model? Is it through direct engagement? Is there a better way to do that? Is it possible that you could learn from a competitor how they do it, or indeed a complementary product or service to yours? How do they do it? How do they engage with their customers? Can you do it? For us, we simply need to speak with one voice on behalf of the town, and we need to find many different channels to be able to do that. And I guess one of the problems is, if we're only ever talking in Bicester, where's the inward investment going to come from? Our channels, currently, we're all over the web, so website, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all them kind of good things. That's brilliant. That's really good to evangelise messages. You would do the same with your organisation. Or indeed, maybe you wouldn't. It's entirely your choice to be able to do that, but there are other ways to be able to do that. You've got to think of your distribution channel. Now, for this organisation, for Bicester Vision, their distribution channel tends to come through its partners. And the main partners in that are actually at different tiers of government levels. So we need to evangelise and communicate through them and with them to be able to do that. For you as an organisation, identify where your channels are and how actually can you get your message through to them. And to reiterate that point I just mentioned regarding customer relations, do learn from what your competition does. There's nothing wrong with flattering them by competing on a level playing field, and indeed consider the larger organisation who's invested a significant amount of money getting to a point in deciding the right tone of voice to take, the right platform to take, and the right environment in which to sell it. If they spent hundreds of thousands of pounds getting to the point of saying, well, it's obviously going to be LinkedIn and Twitter, isn't it, as our social channels, and we need a mobile app. Brilliant. You've saved yourself all of that money, you can go straight to the chase and use an organisation such as one on the panel here to help develop your opportunities to compete on that level playing field. I guess you're shortcutting it. Okay. In terms of the key activities, it's things like what I'm doing here. The key activities for Bicester Vision is evangelising. We try to talk about the benefits of Bicester Vision and the town itself. We want to energise organisations that are there, so when they go out, they speak about Bicester as a great place to be. And think of this in terms of your business. So take it in as much as they often say, the highest form of recommendation is personal recommendation. So as much as I've evangelised about all the great stuff about social media and web development, you should just think about that one person who said, Acme Incorporate, they're an awesome business to work with. And actually, is that something that you do enough of? It's an intangible asset to your organisation, your network. And actually, it's something that you should consider doing as a key activity. And you may identify somebody in the organisation who currently doesn't perform that task. But you can see it within them that they've got that quality, that ability to be able to evangelise on your behalf. Find out who they are, give them an opportunity in the right channels to help get your message across. For our organisation, the key resources are the members, some very basic pieces of equipment, so some small plant property equipment, small office, but actually the greatest resource or asset we have is the town itself. And consider for your organisation where your assets are. One of our colleagues this morning who presented talked about the intangible benefits of IP. Now lots of businesses aren't aware of the true value of the IP that they have. In fact, you can actually have an IP audit and you can find out what value is really locked into your organisation that you're not even aware of. Consider what those activities are and consider what the resources are that are required for your business. For our business, more resources that we need to be thrown into it's quite simply people. We need more people speaking about what we do because that's the easiest way to get more business. And business for us is jobs, simple as that. So the final bit in the top section is our key partners. When you think about how you construct your business model, so on one side you've got all your clients, you've got the value that's been created, you've got your methodology, which is through the activities and the resources, but ultimately it is worth nothing if you actually don't have some reliable partners to help you. If you consider that suppliers are more than suppliers, rename them as partners, consider how important they are to your organisation, and then list them and work out which ones you've got a second supplier for, a backup source, just in case. It's surprising how many times I've gone through a business model canvas with organisations, we got to that point, listed all the organisations that are key to them, and then said, okay, so you got a second source for that? No. What about that one? No. What about that one? No, we can't find one. Wow, okay. So actually, the whole central premise of your value proposition is based on a supply chain that only has one source. Consider working with one of these guys to actually help you develop your supply chain strategy. That's the top section of the business model canvas. And that's effectively my pitch. If you were my business partners, I would be saying to you, we need to find more SMEs. We've got to put more into our marketing strategy to talk about how we can do this. If we're not able to bring more businesses in and evangelise about the benefits using our partners, we simply won't be able to grow and evolve as an organisation. So I'm saying to you, business partners, let me go out and get some funding that will actually support this growth. It's a pitch sheet. That's all a business model canvas is. It doesn't replace the business plan. It just gives you a fantastic piece of paper to be able to go into one of the specialist events that BPF run here, where you can sit down with somebody who specialises in manufacturing or innovation or overseas trade, or indeed any of those things, patenting, IP, and you can actually speak from a single sheet of paper and explain quite lucidly what your big idea is. There are obviously some great useful things down at the bottom that lots of businesses want to shy away from, and that's not surprising. The financial side of a business is one that's suited to the left-hand side of the brain. If you're very right-brained and very creative and very entrepreneurial and very lean-forward, then you're more interested in the fluffy stuff at the top than you are at the real hard details at the bottom. But you simply must look at the costs and you must look at your revenue stream to try and balance those. And in particular, when you're identifying what your new big idea is, just consider what those challenges are going to be. Where will it affect you in your cost base? And actually, what true benefits is it going to bring? What new revenue streams will it deliver? Is it brand new, or is it more of the same? Is it recurring revenue stream, or is this a pure acquisition model rather than a retention model? The Bicester Vision, profit, the holy grail of any organisation, is actually job creation. Now we can put a pound sign on that, or we could put a percentage on that, or we could do neither, in just absolute terms. For us, the more jobs we can create in Bicester, through attracting businesses into it, through the methodology outlined on those red post-it notes on that, the greater the value we as an organisation can have to the entire enterprise of Bicester Town as it is. So there you go. I've just given you my elevator pitch on a single sheet of A3 paper. The good thing about that is, on the other side of it, it's blank. So you can actually go away. If you're driving today, you obviously can't do this, but if you're a passenger, if you're a passenger on a train or in the car, then this is a great opportunity for you to start scribbling things down on the other side of that. It's the enlarged fag packet. And as I say, it's only the start of it. It's taking a big idea and it's getting those concepts thought about and discussed and segmented and identified to key people in the organisation who can flesh it out more. And then when you've got that big idea on a single sheet of paper, then you can slide that across the table to these good people and say, show me the money. That's the business model for me.